What's going on, guys? Today we have tested all-time highs on SoFi stock. We have finally gotten above that 28.26 level, testing 28.58. So incredible movement, guys. We predicted this. We've had this marked up as our price target for a very long time on the channel, and we finally hit it in this nice ascending profile, continuing to the ceiling, really remaining in this overextended nice profile here, where we are still targeting our price target of $30 at 30 psychological dollar level. So in this video, we're going to be analyzing if we should be expecting to hit that $30 level in the next few trading days, or if we're going to see a bit of a pullback here, since this is an all-time high area with a lot of premeditated resistance. All right, guys, so starting this analysis on the weekly chart. If you guys have been keeping up on the channel, we know that we've marked out that 28.26 IPO range, and since that, guys, we had some nice resistance at that $25 level, hitting that once here, hitting that twice here, getting in this long-term cup and handle. We see a very obvious cup and handle pattern. Around 2.5 years of price, not doing all that much, forming this cup formation, getting in that handle, and since hitting the bottom of that handle, which is at A52 level, we've been in this insane movement to the upside, guys, roughly doing around 200, a little bit more than 200% on the stock as we sit at 28.11 closing today. And so a lot of you might be wondering, is there a lot of room to the upside? We're so overextended here. We're at all-time highs. We've hit that 28.26. We haven't closed above it yet, but we've hit that. We've tested it. It's the strongest the stock's ever been, and we continue to win these little battles. And even more recently, guys, really not even a single seller week in play. We see one right here in the grand scheme of things after breaking out of this kind of descending channel, but really past that $16 level, guys, we don't see any sort of seller price action. We're getting in these little spots where we're kind of chopping around, not huge vicious move to the upside, but we're continuing this huge move that we've started around that $8 level. So from a weekly perspective alone, still looks like we're very strong here despite testing all-time highs, and it looks like we are headed for that $30 level and possibly even more than that. All right, guys, on the daily time chart now, seeing the more recent price action, we see that 23.76 really held up as some nice support and led to this nice ascending profile to where we're at right now. And now creating that was a lot of this chop, guys, really trying to find that $25 level. We reject hard here, and the second retest trying to get back to that zone, that's where we find a rejection at that 23.76. And since that, we end up finding a nice ascending profile, finally getting above that, but there's a lot of fight. And then since we really try to get that seller move down, see stock break through that 25, continue, find a resistance at that 26.31, which ultimately led us back down to that 23.76, right where we found that rejection. But then what happens, guys? This rejection resistance zone turns into some nice support, and then that leads us all the way to where we're at right now, really seeing a nice ascending narrow profile. So this just shows that the stock can be very reactive, and SoFi is no stranger to being reactive, and certain supports as well as resistances can turn on the flip side, guys. Supports can turn into resistance, resistance can turn into support. That's what we've been seeing. We've seen this very nice trend to the upside, and while we've been trending to the upside, guys, sellers try to find their movement here, can't get it, try to find their movement, can't get it. We see that zone hold up as support. And even more recently, guys, trending above that $27 level. So let's try to find their movement back below that 26.31, which was some pretty harsh resistance here. We do buy it back up, leading to all-time highs today. So buyers are continuing to win these battles, and we do see a little bit of selling pressure right above that all-time high zone, that being that 28.26, which is to be expected, right? That's all-time highs. But we do look pretty nice getting through that at first, guys, right? Going to the hourly quickly. We have a very nice volatile move to the upside after really gaining that traction past that 26.31. And we breeze right through it with a green wide bar showing that ultimate buyer strength. And even after that, guys, we see that we try to continue that movement to the upside. And we actually have a ton of buying pressure on this hammer candle, green candle here after this one getting through that all-time high zone, showing that there's a lot of buying pressure and buyers are actually stepping in when they have to, trying to hold above that 28.26 as some support. And even on this big correction move down after hitting that 28.58, guys, we see that we zoom in here, we do try to use that spot as some support, but then on that next and last hourly candle that we got today, guys, we do end up trending below that. But what I would like to point out here is SoFi is very much a back and forth stock with a strong buyer dominated move. What I mean by that is we are a buyer dominated stock, getting these nice moves to the upside with smaller pullbacks, really ever since stemming from that $8 level, breaking out of that descending channel in this huge overextended movement. And this is no different from where we try to break through that $25 psychological level, guys. We had a bunch of tests, buyers and sellers kept going back and forth, but buyers end up coming out on top at the end of the day. That's exactly what we saw in the most recent price action, with that huge selling pressure leading to that nice move to the upside, trying to claim this as support. And since we trended below that, guys, even if we trend a little bit below, we would still be looking very nice to the upside and in an overall uptrend. And this is really what happens a lot. So it wouldn't shock me to see that price goes back down to around a level of 27.03 or even holding a bit higher, 27.61, finding some support level there, trending to the upside, creating a stair-step-like pattern. But the most recent price action really healthy for SoFi, guys, and that $30 level is what we are targeting. A psychological $30 level is what we think we're going to be hitting before seeing any notable pullback. Today's price action definitely gives us some hope for that $30 level and possibly even further than that. We just have to keep in mind that we are very overextended, right? The monthly chart gives us some nice perspective. We've had a crazy run recently, guys, all the way to the all-time highs. After breaking that cup and handle, a lot of traders didn't think we were going to go all the way. They thought we would really be topped off at that $25 level right here, guys, as that was some pretty harsh resistance, but we end up having a little battle there, but we get past that. And now we are right at that all-time high level, guys, testing that today. So my prediction is we continue this movement. Guys, as a long-term investor, you got to be happy with what you're seeing here. I think that if we did get a notable pullback after that $30 level, it would be holding a bit higher, possibly around that $24 to $25 level. And then continuing to trend up, we had that cup and handle right here. Cup, handle, break. This is actually looking like it could be forming into a cup and handle here. And then we could be getting a handle-like effect on that pullback. And then we test that neckline, break out, and then we break out even further, right? That's still a possibility. That could definitely be something that we could be seeing unfold within this movement, guys, given that we are very overextended and kind of due for a pullback. But the stock again and again keeps showing us that we should be bullish on it, and it will continue to trend to the upside. Very healthy, and nothing's really holding us back, guys. The sellers really can't step in. Let me know your price predictions in the comments below. Congrats to anybody who has been following the channel, being in SoFi, either long-term, short-term, whatever it might be. We had some nice moves on SoFi short-term recently, guys, as well as long-term. We've been predicting this for a bit of time now, and it has been unfolding very, very well. So last price target would be that $30 level before a notable pullback. But the way that we're seeing stock move, guys, we could be seeing a nice continued move past $30. And when we do get that pullback, guys, I think that it will be a lot more minor than we might think. I really don't think it's going to be all that major given how strong we've been with SoFi, guys. I think that we would be looking around that 24, 25-ish dollar level, possibly a little bit lower. I think we look really good here for long-term traders. Short-term traders, guys, watch for that $30 level, but be cautious as we are trending at all-time high levels. So there's probably going to be a little bit of back and forth before really breaking through that zone, guys. Like we've seen this entire time, trying to break through that $25 level. We saw a bunch of retests here, guys, before finally breaking through that just recently. So something like this, guys, we could either continue this volatile move to the upside, getting to that $30 level quite quickly, or we could be seeing a bit of a back and forth battle continue on before getting that movement. So either or, guys. SoFi is looking nice to the upside, and we stay in a bullish narrative. And that'll do it for me, guys. I appreciate you guys all watching to the end of the video. If you want to see more SoFi content, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, guys, trade smart. I'll see you all in the next one.